Okay, we're done with our executive session. Now we're here for our 11:15 discussion with our sheriff on the alcohol ban on North Beach.
Commissioners, the ordinance 1604 for the 4th of July alcohol ban on North Beach will expire at the end of July. So we will be enforcing this year. And then we'll come back and see if, how that worked. And if you want to then renew it annually, or if you just, what do you want to do with that? If you want to just, say it's over and done, because I think it was for 5 years. So that would have been 5 years after this July 4th.
So that's not the park or?
The park has their own too, so in partners with it. And I've been told, I haven't talked directly with them, that through Waterways, Corporal Turner had said he'd talked with them and they were good with what we were, if we wanted to say, okay, I think we've done it 5 years, it's worked, and I think we've got it under control. We are going to go ahead and put the swim line up and buoy it, and we'd like to continue that portion of it. But as far as if you want to continue the alcohol ban on that beach, or if we're just going to let that go.
That expires that expires at the end of July, you said?
Yes, I believe it expires in July.
I'm a little confused because Matt Lynn just told me that IDPR had renewed that. So I think IDPR, the parks, is the one that is working on North Beach.
We work together on that. So I haven't seen that information. Like I said, I haven't talked with them, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. We've been being asked that question. So I just want to bring it up to you so that you would know it's coming up. But we will still enforce that. We're going to start the putting up the line on Tuesday, which is the 30th of June. So from that day, and then we'll take it down for Monday. It'll be gone Monday.
I guess my feeling personally on it is if we let it expire, we see what kind of issues we have next year. If they're all back and it's crazy and wild again, then we'll just have to renew it.
Okay.
But we won't know that until we see what the response is.
And we don't know what it'll be like this year. There will be no fireworks in McCall this year, but still people would come up and want to recreate anyway. So.
And I know Cascade is doing fireworks.
Yes.
My concern is that those folks from McCall may end up coming down here for our show.
Possibly there'll be some, but Donnelly's going to have theirs as well.
Oh,
So
are they?
that would spread that out. It'll be the same night.
Where do they have theirs, at the airport?
At the dock.
At
Oh,
the dock.
Donley Dock,
Mhm.
okay.
And I think Tamarack's helping them with theirs. So
Oh, I thought Tamarac's was going to be like Friday night, the 3rd.
I know Tamarack.
But we
and
have
Donnelly
not
were
got,
talking
we
about it.
do not have, unless they're going to work with the group that's putting them on, because Donnelly Fire doesn't do those anymore for Donnelly.
Make sure you're included. There was a meeting
Yes.
last Friday between the McCall PD, I know, is engaged, and some of the other security in regards to the fireworks, because the fact I'm concerned
The
that,
fireworks where,
well, in McCall, since they were canceled, I am
Oh,
concerned that it's going to
individual.
spread it to other places. And so there was a meeting between the McCall Chamber, McCall PD, and then some others. And I don't know what came out of that meeting yet. I haven't gotten an update.
no,
I don't know
I-
if you were invited.
if we
to
were
that.
invited, I know that I was gone, so I wasn't able to attend any meeting. There was a meeting, I think the previous Friday, and the chief deputy was unable to get on that call. I tried, but, so no, I haven't. But we thought too that if Cascade didn't have fireworks, the discussion was, are they going out in the forest?
Right.
And we didn't want that issue. And they felt like they could spread out a lot more, clear across the golf course and at the lake, and they'll close off Van Wyck Park like they do. It'll just be for, those watching the fireworks.
Pedestrians. not-
And no vendors.
Yep.
So, and if people are worried about social distancing, they don't need to attend, or they can sit in their vehicles and watch, or
Right.
find a spot where you can see them
Absolutely.
some places from town, so. Or
I
across the
think On the
lake.
other side, yeah,
Mhm.
across the lake.
I'll tell you what, it's really cool to watch them from Snowbank Lookout. Because Cause you're looking down on top of them and it's a whole different view.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It's a long ways to go to watch.
So there's supposed to be a lot of wash stations and more porta potties and that there, so. Anyway, I
Okay.
just wanted to bring that to your attention so that you could think on that and see, and then we'll just see how the 4th of July goes. And my understanding was Tamarack, if they did it, they've been told both by the fire and IDPR, but only fire and IDPR, that they need to contact us because if they have it out on the lake, they need a permit,
Permit, yeah.
the waterway permit.
So if an individual homeowner wanted to do it, they would need the same permit, correct? If they're on the lake?
If they're on the, letting them off while they're in the lake, like a,
Pontoon boat or something.
something that they, let them off electronically or something like that. So,
All right, well, we'll just see how it goes. I think that we're still gonna get tons of people up here. We'll certainly have all the campers and the boaters, so.
So too.
yeah.
Sure. Do you know those permits, it made me think of something else that we're gonna talk about later today, but those permits, the waterway permits, are they a case by case, one time only thing, or do they?
anytime you want an event on the lake, you have to request and fill out the permits, and it goes to our waterways supervisor.
So if it was an ongoing request, would they need to every year then? Okay, that's the question that I was.
Mhm. Yes, just like bass tournaments, for every event, they have to provide the location and how many people and so several things.
Okay, anything else?
Get an update from Lindsay and send it to you on whatever happened during that meeting. If there was
Okay.
anything that we need to know about.
All right, sounds good. You should have gotten an email from the jail inspector that we had
Yep.
passed our
Yep.
jail inspection, and that was a different because she wasn't able to come to the facility, but she received all of the information that was requested and followed ICRIMP's guidelines as well. So we passed that without any.
And I talked to Mike LaCroix the other night at a party and congratulated him on it.
We
Sent
will
Cindy
be,
a thank you for the good report. It worked great.
Yep. So we will be letting all of the detention deputies know, and they
Good.
did a great job. And
Yep.
so, okay,
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Be safe out there.
all right.
I'll call you and schedule a time to meet.
We got about 8 minutes here, so.
From my understanding on North Beach, and I'll have to clarify that with Matt, but IDPR has technically been the one that's closed North Beach. We have been,
I don't think it's IDPR.
No,
yet.
they did
It'd be-
Ponderosa Park because they had issues over there in the park itself with alcohol, so they closed that the same time we closed North Beach. But
so
we did
we're in
that.
control of North Beach?
Yes,
Interesting, okay. That was not, I've been a part of that conversation now for like 8 years, and it's always been told to us that IDPR was the one that was closing that along with Ponderosa.
they
Interesting.
closed Ponderosa and we closed North Beach. McCall closed the park there, what's the name of the city park? The
Legacy.
Legacy Park to alcohol. It was all kind of a joint deal. And we
Good
did
to
it
know.
for 5 years, and now the 5 years is up. It's interesting. It's like, it seems like we just did that 2 years ago, but it was 5 years ago. It's like, wow.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that one really got out of hand fast. They had a couple of rapes and a bunch of stuff. So that was it.
When Rotary went up and sold,
Beer.
no, they sold water bottles up there. Jerry Jetting, my boss at that time, came back and his eyes were this big around and he was going, I've seen more nudity than I've ever seen in my life. And he was appalled at what was going on up there.
There's a great photo at the bistro in the bathroom of the aerial view. I think Gary Erder took a picture with a drone looking down at the whole scene, one of the last years that it occurred. And you just look down there and it's like, there's a lot of people, a lot of bodies, you know.
You look for your daughter. Is my daughter in that crowd?
My son was a few times.
Why you gotta go there?
ain't seen nothing yet now. Well, everybody, the concern then was they're all gonna come down to Cascade, which a lot of them did, but they were spread out so far that there was no big impacts. So it really worked. But Cascade's getting just as busy as McCall is. How you feeling?
Not better, yeah.
Everything all
And-
healed
and
up?
Commissioners, I pulled it up just for clarification. What Valley County has done is banned the possession and consumption of alcohol at North Beach. That's what the ordinance indicates Valley County has done. We haven't closed it down to general public access. I don't know if that
Right,
went,
just alcohol.
just alcohol, correct.
No.
And that's just on the 4th of July holiday.
You get it fixed?
I did, still a little sore and way better.
Was it infected?
Yeah,
That'll kill you, man.
I hear.
You ever watch, that one with Tom Hanks where he's Castaway? And he's got to knock that tooth out with an ice skate?
Sort of how I felt.
Yeah, it gets bad. It'll make you go crazy.
Not very much fun.
I think there was, what was it, King James the Third or something went crazy with a bad tooth and he never could figure out what caused it. Figured out later on after his death that it was a bad tooth. Poisoned his brain.
Dave, you wanted to discuss the strategic plan before I sent it out. We didn't put that on the agenda.
Yeah, I want to have a full discussion. I want to know what your plan is going out to the public and all that kind of stuff.
I didn't have a chance to review that. I saw your email, but I just didn't have a
Doug,
chance to
can
go
we
through
put a
it.
commissioner discussion on for next week on the strategic plan for 15 minutes? Is there still time anywhere?
Yeah, we could do 9:30.
David, can you tell me, or can you write down the password for me to get back into the Valley County Public? He's kicking me off.
Are you talking about the website or the Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's something up with it though, because the power was going off and on a lot this weekend and not damaged, but that could cause problems with certain things. Because I couldn't log into it earlier today, like I got there on my phone. But I'm hearing about that a little bit earlier, wait till lunch and restart it here to see if that resolves it for you guys. So I'm the same way, I can't connect right now.
I was gonna say, cause I'm on now.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
I had
now?
trouble this
Yeah,
morning.
maybe try it again, help. 'Cause
Yeah, let me
it's
try
strange on so we've got about 12 or 14 wireless access points, maybe more, around the county. And the ones in this building were acting strange this morning because the power was going off and on. Some of our stuff like the server.
it says incorrect password.
Yeah, and if it's that password, then it's still acting wonky.
It's still wanting me.
Yeah, in the spring, it's usually,
Can you tell me the password or can you write it down so I could
yeah, I
try?
can tell you, it's Valley Public, all one word, lowercase, no spaces. Anybody that comes in the building can use it. So it's not a secret.
Incorrect password.
I think it's probably that device right there, would be my guess.
My device.
Yeah, because we had a number of computers this morning that didn't come back up. Some of our stuff, the more important thing is on generator backup and UPS, and those don't go down. But your run-of-the-mill kind of devices and workstations aren't on that sort of stuff.
Let me try Valley.
There's a timely email.
What's it called? Valley?
From Ms. Bechtel.
Valley Public,
Yeah.
no spaces.
All small
lowercase.
letters.
And can El from his device get to the Valley County Commissioners and the group commissioner emails?
I don't know, we'll have to look at it because he's got that Apple device and we haven't played with that yet. I was hoping we could meet with you guys kind of individually and sit down and go through your device and make sure everything's working for you.
No,
I think that would be the most effective way.
Let me do it.
Like tomorrow, if you're gonna be here, go, and then on Wednesday. And,
Are we-
well, I'm still getting all the
Are we
emails
on?
on the old system.
On the old system?
Yeah,
That's not updating still, is it?
Mhm.
And what my question for you is so the Valley County, that group email, the Valley County Commissioners, is not forwarding any longer to our individual emails.
Okay, and
So if he can't get to them,
It should be, and that's why I checked with Jeremy this morning, it should be that when we send it, we each get that. If that's not working like that, then I need to follow up with that.
yeah, it is not working.
I'll find out, because that's the way it's supposed to work. You should each get that to come in. I think what El's talking about is open email. He's talking about the email client on the Apple device there and not the Outlook app, I think is what he's probably saying.
Well, I just know my old one, I'm getting all my emails on the old.
Yeah, and that's that old one's hooked up to.
But it's
the
not-
email system.
I'm trying to find one.
Yeah, if the group, like the group one that I sent out, if only Commissioner Bingham got it, then that's a problem. Because you didn't get it.
The group email,
I sent to group commissioners with the report.
Oh, it's just she
I
couldn't
got it,
open
I
the
can't open
attachment.
Okay.
I can't
So,
open
but
that
you did
PDF, but I
get
can
it.
open other PDFs.
I've been having trouble with some people's attachments still. And when you click on it to open it, I guess in the cloud version, it won't open. And then if you click on it, download, and then it'll open up.
Like I got your budget, I can open it.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even give me a option on that one to download it, because I just opened a PDF. And no worries, it's just on yours because it's on SharePoint. So for some reason, I can't open the SharePoint document
Okay.
versus a regular PDF. Which
Okay,
doesn't
we'll
make
do that,
sense,
'cause
'cause-
I mean, on mine, it opens fine in Jeremy's. You and I actually have the same exact laptop.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that is. But we need to look into each one of
Okay,
those.
we're still live, aren't we?
Yep.
Some of them
Okay.
have a timestamp.
Next item on our agenda, 11:30, is an action item, the meeting minutes of June 1st. Everybody good with those?
Yes.
I would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes of June 1st.
Second,
Move to second, all in favor, please say aye.
I,
Motion carries. And then do we need to discuss the commissioner email process, or did we just do that?
nope, we still need to talk about it.
Okay,
Sorry.
With those, some of those issues, like we talked about, are broader issues that would be addressed, and they're working on those. The guys are working on those right now to try to change those settings, whether they're in SharePoint for the time stamping or something like that. The other ones, since they're not everybody's experiencing those, most people aren't experiencing that Adobe thing. Some people are, though. I saw about 4 tickets this morning describing something similar to what you're experiencing, even though I hadn't experienced it. So I think our best bet there is to address those individually. Or once we resolve it for one person, then we'll know what the resolution is for that thing. I think the email in general, if we can meet with you guys tomorrow, Commissioner Bingham, I always get your last name wrong.
Just roll with it.
Yeah, and then Wednesday, Commissioner Mopin, if we
So
can,
I am not going to be here,
okay.
I don't think on Wednesday this week.
Or even later today, or at whatever time you guys want, really. We'll sit down, either Jeremy or Camera or myself. But one of those guys would probably be the best bet because they were the lead on the project and are more familiar with it. And then Elp, when you have time, I think.
good. I think mine's working. I don't-
Okay. I think the group thing is, those will show up, but I think they're showing up in a different way that we're not used to. And it's probably just
So
getting familiar with
they're
it.
only showing up because I was checking it, just, trying to clarify, make sure we had everything for today.
Mhm.
And I did forward everything to Cinda so it could go in the public hearing, but it did not come to the S. Moppin email. It only went to the Valley County Commissioner email. And I think that is what Dave,
No, we lost. I was gonna say, I think we're probably looking at like maybe 10 emails that we should have had included in the public record that didn't get included.
And are they in your email, or?
They did not come to my email, they went to the group email, but not to my personal email.
They're in the group email?
Well, there is now, but it
there's
was,
2 emails, Valley County Commissioner,
Sure.
and then the group commissioner.
And they're in
Mhm.
one and not the other. Do you want to, maybe I should get Jeremy down here if you've got some time. 'cause, let me get him down
So
here.
that I know. And then, so Tamara asked one of us to clean this out, and I'm happy to do that. I want to make sure that, like, maybe I'll clean it out Monday evening after our meetings are done, so that you guys have every opportunity to look at everything before it gets clean. Because I did notice that there's like a few emails that come in there that are just not specific to anything.
Right.
And so I'll clean all of that out, but
I just texted Jeremy, so I think when he comes down, he'll probably maybe can clarify it better than I can, because there's two different uses of those, the groups and the other email that you're talking about. They're all going to be retained if they're not, if you're forwarding them to Cinda that we already have them, we can discover those if they're in the email system. So we won't lose them as far as being a part of the record. They're there. If they're on any individual group or personal email account and there was a request to recover those or bring those forward, we can discover those. So they don't go away. They're not lost in that sense.
So we've gotten 3 new emails this morning
Okay.
in the Valley County Commissioner's email
Okay.
that are not in our personal inbox.
Okay. And so that's something when Jeremy gets down here, we can look at and address that.
Okay.
Was that from Susan original?
No, it's from Cinda. These are all for today, so I will forward these right now. But there's one from Cinda for the meeting, June attachment for the DMV information, and then one from the U.S. Department of the Interior.
I know one of the issues with this setup is that it's so different from our previous email. We didn't have Exchange before at all. So we had to build 2 Exchange servers internally just to migrate to the online Exchange. So it's quite a bit different. The groups work a little bit differently. And that's why I think Jeremy coming down would be helpful here. But just on a positive note, the vast majority of people their emails working well for them.
Perfect.
Great.
Love it.
There's some questions about groups, and the Commissioner Moffett had some questions about how this works.
So before, when someone would email our Valley County Commissioner email,
Mhm.
those would automatically forward to our individual emails,
Right.
our personal list. It's not forwarding.
So the way groups are intended to work is so it's under that groups heading, kind of on the left pane down there.
Yep.
So that everybody can access it and see what's in there at one time. There is a way to have it forward to your inbox if you would like it to do that. There's a
So,
checkbox that in the settings that says that you can have any conversations that come to the group forwarded to the individual's inbox.
Is that the setting they would do here on individual basis or broad, a global kind of setting?
It's a global kind of setting that either myself or Tamara would have to go into the Exchange Admin Center and check that box.
so because I can see it all laid out, I'm fine with it, and I think Dave can too, but I don't know that Commissioner Hasbrook can on his device.
That we can look at. I think the issue there probably, until we actually look at it,
Right.
device in our hand, is that there's the old application that you're used to using, the email app, and then there's the new Outlook app. So it may just be a kind of a getting used to it kind of issue there. But if you
Okay.
wanted to forward, like Jeremy said, we could do that for sure.
So with that being an Apple device, I think we set up your email under the Apple's built-in
Right?
email client as an Exchange. And I don't think we looked to see if maybe it doesn't support all of the features of Outlook does, so maybe that's why the group isn't showing up. So maybe it's either a setting or maybe we just have to put the iOS Outlook app on your device
We did.
specifically.
We do. I have it on my device. I get emails there and I get the same emails on my old system.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, today I didn't know how to
Okay.
delete them in the Outlook, and Sherry showed me how to do that, because I like to stay up with my deleting, and when I read it and know what it is, then I delete it, so I don't have to deal with that later.
So will you see if you've got any of these in your inbox? That might answer. These are all in that other,
Yeah, I got,
Inbox?
well, the only one I didn't get is from June and Cinda.
so you got all of these from this last,
Yes, I got Susan back to him. This is in the old system.
When he's, Commissioner Moffett, when he's saying old system, he's talking about the email app, I believe, right now. It's hooked up to the new email. But it was the old way of him accessing the old email, even though it's pointed to the new email. Does that make
Well,
sense?
my old one, then I can go and hit Outlook and go and get the same exact emails over there.
Okay, yeah.
So,
but my concern is that if we're not getting ours forwarded, I don't know how it's forwarding this information to you. I mean, if there's a global setting and it's not working for us, I don't know how it's working for you.
So right now, I don't think that global setting is checked. So right now, anything coming to group commissioners should just exist in that group itself.
But it's not forwarding to our individual emails.
Right.
And so how is Eld seeing that if it's not forwarding? He would have to go to that group commissioner email box to get those.
Correct.
and I don't know how to do that. That's an Outlook?
Yeah, on the left side, it should be, down towards the bottom, there should be a heading that says groups.
This looks just so totally different than ours that
Oh, does it?
I don't know how to help him get to that, so.
Jeremy, why don't you just go up there and kind of look at it and see?
Sure, you can play with it.
And then, the only other question I have is on contacts, and David, I reached out to you to get my contacts. I know that, I think it was my monthly newsletter group did not get ported over. So
Okay,
I did a new newsletter and I only had 102 contacts,
okay.
which
Was that through MailChimp or?
yes,
Okay.
I did it through MailChimp. And then, so I've got half of my emails, I told you this morning that the names didn't come over. That's
Okay.
on half of them. Half of them, I have a name and their email.
Okay.
And another half is just their email with no name. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, we can pull all those old ones like we were talking about and make
Yeah.
those available to you. Or McKinsey, wasn't she setting those up or in MailChimp or?
So, yeah, she's working with me, but there's no reason to hurt her to do the newsletter.
Oh, sure, yeah. So,
And so I have
So it looks
102
like
of
on
them
your
over
looks
there.
are the difference. So on, a lot
Okay,
of the Alakimo
Just
Pines
give
is
me
another
hard
pane
copies of
over here.
those so
Yeah.
that I
Oh.
Has all
can
that stuff.
manually go in and add.
For you.
okay,
it's
yeah, we'll do
actually
that. We still
under
have that
here.
device. So.
This pane usually exists.
Oh, and you
primarily for
see
most
that.
people.
Mhm.
And
I'm
under the
disconnected.
groups, that's where the Valley County Commissioner.
we can do this.
So I just hit on that
You just hit on that and then that should have all of the.
and I got
It's been a tough last 2 weeks with technology, at least mine.
Yeah, you know, and I kind of reiterate, I think it's important that we sit down together, you know, whatever time we
Every
can,
time I get-
even for, because it's real hard with the commissioners. In the past, the commissioners had their own devices and it was a limited kind of thing and you guys are more immersed in that. And we don't have a lot of access to it. That's why I think that's really
I like the
important.
finger.
Maybe we can schedule
I
an
hate those
appointment
things.
Wednesday. I can come down for the
Okay.
afternoon because I've got to be here
Oh,
Wednesday
he's
night
overshoot with
anyway.
the arrow.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
work. And I think if we work through a bunch of scenarios, the way we usually do it, and if we have time, like if we're meeting with people internally here, is we'll just sit down and kind of game it and send out an email saying, hey, this is what we're sending an email to. What does that look like? Because we do that, and
Totally.
over this last
Yeah, there's
week,
a
I've been
power
learning
outage.
this new system myself and
Sunday.
sending out an
I'll
email
look
to
and
the
see what
group.
I was doing.
and then seeing what that looks like, you know, and then trying to find that. The little bugs like the Adobe thing and the time thing, those will work out. It's just, those are kind of
If
growing
it's up
pains
here,
of the
you can
new
go back
system,
to
I
the
think.
regular.
I think if we sit down, it'll solve a
It
lot.
should
It's
update
probably,
eventually.
I know for me, like the group thing especially was confusing because I was like,
Emails, but-
you know, and it took a little while to go.
Do you want me to open a ticket on the fact
That
that I
would be
can't?
great because then we all get copied on it. All five of us get copied on it. If it's an email
Well,
to
I'll just
me
let it run.
But
directly,
it should eventually.
I end up
See if
forwarding
they
it
can-
anyway,
I'll let it
or I
run.
call those guys. And
If they don't,
Okay.
I think the meeting will be the big thing that'll help out with a bunch of that. And we still have some of the elected officials. Some of that was done intentionally, not on these guys' part as the project leaders, but on my part to take care of the core email system and then work on, not a great idea to leave your bosses hanging a little bit, but work on the the remote stuff as the next phase or whatever, because we knew it would be challenging getting time with like the sheriff on her MDT or, some of these people that are out there, Pat, working remotely. It makes it a little bit more difficult, a little bit more time consuming.
Our biggest concern is that we get all of the information in for public hearings.
Yep.
And so if we're not doing that, that's kind of critical need.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
that
we'll
was-
make sure, and the email is one of our top high priorities, and especially making sure that we don't lose anything.
Right.
And I don't believe, and well, actually, I know we haven't lost any emails. If an email is sent, we have it. So we're good on that account.
Think that we have everything then forwarded correctly for today's meeting. That was my largest concern.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I mean, as we get into it more and more, we'll find out, how to use it better and what things don't work. There are some things that we set up that don't map one-to-one to the old system. It's just different, and we've been trying to work with the different offices, the assessor's office and the sheriff's office, to kind of get that to work close enough to the old way. It just won't, because those systems are so different.
And the other part of that conversation is that, again, I'll go into that Valley County Commissioner's email after every meeting and clean it. So that I know that we start fresh every week with new.
We don't have to do that on our own devices, each one of us.
So you have an email that, yes, you'll need to keep clean. For the
Which I
Valley
do,
County,
which I
the
do.
Valley County Commissioners. I think Doug may have been keeping it clean before. Of which now one of us is gonna keep clean. So, So after you weren't cleaning that before?
No, I was not included in the group Valley County Commissioner meetings.
Oh, okay. So I don't know.
And that may have been an oversight on our part. I don't know if the clerk was a part of that group before or not. No, I don't think they're a part of that. And that's the thing that the difference is the groups, the way they worked in the past, and Jeremy can correct me if I'm wrong, is it was just an email group, right?
Okay.
And now they're different. They function different. So it's trying to get it to get the same effect with a different kind of mechanism, if that makes sense.
So like in my old email, it says, L. Dave and Sherry, where before it used to say commissioners.
Right.
So that's changed, but I'm still getting it.
Yeah, and that will. I mean,
And I don't have an issue with that.
okay. Yeah, I think meeting and getting those things hammered out in person will probably be our most effective route.
I'll
And
be here
it'll-
till 2 tomorrow.
What's that?
I said I'll be here till 2 tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, and we'll do that. And either one of us, I think probably Jeremy or Tamara will be better than me, really. But I'll be available as well.
And then as far as all the information in that Valley County Commissioner's email, do you want to forward that to Cinda? Do you want me to do it? when I
I
clean this
forward
out?
everything I get that has to do with the public hearing to send up automatically.
But there's gonna be 2 emails now. You'll have your E. Hasbrook one, but
Mhm.
there's also the Valley County Commissioner's email.
So you forward those and I'll forward the Hasbrook.
Okay, perfect. Well, that way we'll be covered and make sure everything gets
It
correct.
just says I'm offline. I just need to get on the Wi-Fi and I think it would work.
In about 15 minutes, we're gonna destroy that thing and get a new one. No, restart that and hopefully that'll clear up the problems that we're having with
And I
connectivity.
can leave this here if you want to mess with mine, whatever. But
Yeah, you can, yeah. I don't know if, I doubt it's that because I'm having the same problem with my
yeah,
device.
it just says I'm offline.
And me too, yeah.
So we'll just wait till,
I've been on.
Yeah.
You just
Interesting,
didn't
I was too, and it just kicked me off.
Yeah.
I can't get back on. But it shows that I'm on.
all right, we're going to move on. Thank you
Okay.
guys.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for your
guys.
help.
Thank
We'll
you.
figure it out. Next item on our agenda is a request for a 3/4 employee moving to full-time. This is an action item, and it's being presented by our esteemed assessor, June Palmer.
Thank you for letting myself and Kathy come before you. I did send you an email just now. I hope you got it. And for Gabby's sake, on the payroll, on this sheet, if you have it, and I'm going to give a copy to Gabby. If you have this
Yep.
sheet pulled up,
Yep.
okay. So what I did is I broke it down by year, 3/4, and full-time by year, and then month. And the $12,745.97, that is what is going to be remaining in my A budget at the end of this fiscal year after paying Kathy, Angela, and Debbie. There's different categories within that A budget, and under the 3/4 time, it's something like 11,000 something. But I went and took the total left over that would be in my A budget because these wages would come out of my A budget. And then Pat gave me information, and Gabby, I don't know if I did this right or not. I was just kind of guessing. Pat gave me the information for the Percy, the additional Percy, which I also pulled out of my A budget, and health insurance for 3 months, which I pulled out of the A budget. So after figuring the wages for the remainder of May, because we cut it off the middle of May for this employee, from the middle of May to the beginning of June, and then at 3/4 time for the first couple of weeks in June, and then figuring in the Percy and the health insurance, I come up with a shortage, and this is estimated, of about $282.07. It could end up being a little bit more. It could end up being a little bit less. But I also sent you a copy of Kathy's thoughts and I don't know if you want to talk with Kathy. She's here to answer any questions that you may have. She
know we
really
got that.
needs to get,
It's right underneath this budget.
and if you didn't get it, I have a copy here I can give you.
Scroll
Kathy,
down.
I don't want you extremely stressed. Maybe stressed, but not extremely. This person will help you out if they go full time. That's basically the bottom line. Well, June, I think if you wrote a check to the county for $282.07, we could do this.
I'd
How's
be
that?
happy to.
Gabby?
Gonna say, I don't think she can take Percy and medical out of her AIP budget.
So I'll have more money left over in my A budget.
Oh, that's
then.
right. That
Yeah.
comes out of
Has
general
to come
fund.
out of O1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was just trying to give you an estimate of,
But if you count up how many positions we have open right now, those only, they're not paying medical and Percy for, when they have open positions. So there's probably, I haven't looked, there's probably more leeway in those budgets.
We're looking at about 2,500 coming out of general fund. 2,600. With the Percy and the insurance. Hey, everybody good with this? I think it is past due. We should have done it first year, but we're growing and pretty soon we're gonna need 3 people in there. A few more years, anyway, I hope.
may I ask a question before you proceed? How soon could we start her if you do agree to go full-time?
I'd be willing to start tomorrow if you want.
Okay, she's willing to start
Because I
tomorrow.
just noticed this morning, there's quite a line outside, so we need to get moving on this pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I would entertain a motion to perform this function.
I
If you so
move
feel.
that we approve the request for our 3/4 employee moving to full-time in the DMV clerk's office.
Second that.
Any more discussion? Everybody good? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank
She
you
can
very
start tomorrow.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
How's it
right.
going down there today, Kathy?
Did you get your computer fixed? Did it?
Yeah, it's on IT's end, they have schematics down, but that's why I'm.
We're having issues too here today, so welcome to the world. All right. Thank you for your help.
Are people being respectful as they're coming in and wearing their masks?
Everyone has been really polite, we haven't had any, there's always any crazy people, but we haven't had anyone yet today that.
We're not gonna change personalities, but we can ask them to be respectful.
They have been doing good.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thanks for all you're doing,
We already
Kathy.
did that, but I just want to make sure you read that. Okay, and that's it for until after lunch today, so everybody stay safe and we'll see you at 1 o'clock.
Your email came out?
It just came back. Now it's